Outsmart and disarm the narcissist, enforce boundaries, stop manipulations, break free from gaslighting, and regain your sanity by Robert Leary is a thorough exploration of the tools and strategies needed to identify, confront, and ultimately liberate oneself from the toxic grip of a narcissist. The book provides practical advice on how to enforce personal boundaries, stop manipulative behaviors, and reclaim one's mental and emotional health. With its empathetic yet empowering tone, the book walks readers through the emotional and psychological impact of narcissistic abuse while equipping them with actionable steps to regain control. The book opens with an introduction that paints a vivid picture of what life can feel like when trapped in a relationship with a narcissist. Whether it's a romantic partner, a family member, a friend, or a colleague, Leary emphasizes that narcissists thrive on control, manipulation, and emotional domination. He explains how their behavior often leaves victims feeling confused, diminished, and emotionally drained. This section sets the stage for the importance of recognizing the tactics employed by narcissists and how these tactics can take root in a victim's psyche. The first major theme centers on understanding narcissism itself. Leary delves into the psychological underpinnings of narcissistic personality disorder, breaking down its traits and behaviors. He explains that narcissists crave attention and validation and will go to great lengths to protect their fragile egos. This includes using tools such as gaslighting, triangulation, and emotional manipulation to maintain control. The author also explores how narcissists often lack empathy, which makes them particularly harmful in relationships. Next, Leary turns his focus to the victims, often referred to as targets or supply in narcissistic dynamics. He explains how narcissists choose their victims, often empathetic, caring, and compassionate individuals, and why these traits make certain people more susceptible to manipulation. He also discusses the psychological impact of prolonged exposure to a narcissist, including feelings of self-doubt, anxiety, depression, and a distorted sense of reality. The book highlights the importance of recognizing these patterns and understanding that victims are not to blame for the abuse they endure. A pivotal chapter in the book addresses the manipulation tactics that narcissists use to maintain their power. Gaslighting, for example, is dissected in detail, with Leary explaining how it works to make victims question their reality. He provides real-world examples of gaslighting in action, helping readers identify when it might be happening to them. Other tactics, such as silent treatment, blame shifting, and love bombing, are also explored. By breaking down these behaviors, Leary aims to demystify the narcissist's actions and empower readers to recognize and counteract them. One of the most powerful sections of the book focuses on enforcing boundaries. Leary emphasizes that boundaries are not only essential for personal well-being but also the most effective way to disarm a narcissist. He provides detailed strategies for setting clear, non-negotiable limits and maintaining them despite the narcissist's attempts to push back. This includes advice on how to communicate boundaries assertively and how to handle the backlash that often follows. Leary also dedicates a chapter to detaching emotionally from a narcissist. He explains that one of the biggest challenges for victims is breaking the emotional bonds that tie them to their abuser. This section provides practical tips on how to practice emotional detachment, including focusing on self-care, seeking therapy, and building a support network. Leary stresses the importance of prioritizing one's own mental and emotional health over the narcissist's demands. The book further explores the concept of going no contact, a strategy that involves cutting off all communication with the narcissist. For those who cannot completely sever ties, such as in cases involving co-parenting or shared work environments, Leary introduces the concept of gray rocking. This technique involves becoming emotionally unresponsive and uninteresting to the narcissist, thereby minimizing their ability to manipulate or control. Leary also tackles the process of healing from narcissistic abuse. He emphasizes that recovery is not just about escaping the narcissist but also about rebuilding one's sense of self. This involves addressing the emotional wounds inflicted by the narcissist, challenging negative thought patterns, and reclaiming personal identity. The book offers exercises and journaling prompts to help readers process their experiences and move forward. In addition to personal recovery, Leary touches on the importance of recognizing red flags in future relationships. He encourages readers to trust their instincts and prioritize healthy, balanced dynamics. By learning to spot the early warning signs of narcissistic behavior, readers can protect themselves from falling into similar patterns in the future. The author also addresses the role of professional help in the healing process. He explains how therapy can provide a safe space to unpack trauma and rebuild confidence. Leary provides guidance on finding a therapist who specializes in narcissistic abuse and offers tips on what to expect from the therapeutic process. Throughout the book, Leary's writing is compassionate and validating. He acknowledges the pain and confusion that victims often feel, while reinforcing the idea that healing is possible. His tone is both reassuring and empowering, encouraging readers to take the necessary steps to reclaim their lives. The book concludes with a call to action, urging readers to prioritize their own well-being and refuse to let the narcissist dictate their reality. Leary reminds readers that while the journey to recovery may be challenging, it is also deeply rewarding. By setting boundaries, seeking support, and focusing on self-healing, readers can break free from the toxic cycle and regain their sense of peace and autonomy. For those looking for an accessible introduction to the topic, the book pairs well with its comprehensive yet practical approach. Whether you're just beginning to recognize the effects of narcissistic abuse or you're well along the path to recovery, Outsmart and Disarm the Narcissist serves as a valuable resource for understanding, confronting, and ultimately escaping the destructive dynamics of a narcissistic relationship. The strategies outlined in the book provide readers with the tools they need to reclaim their sanity and live a life free from manipulation.